Your favorite Poshmark mentor is back to teach you about phone photography for your Poshmark listings. I'm Monique, the work from home mogul, and I am a Poshmark ambassador to reseller, subscription box owner, YouTuber, and teacher of many things. And today I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks for your mobile phone on how to get the best Poshmark photos for your listings. And today's special guest is Awana Nunu. Well, everyone just calls me Sweetie Pie, darling. Photos can make or break your Poshmark listing to make them sell fast or not at all. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. You're going to sell something and you take a photo of it, it's blurry, it's dark, it doesn't fit in the whole frame, it doesn't show barely anything. What's the point of even posting it? Clear photos, descriptive photos. A photo can say 1,000 words, as they say. You want your pictures to say everything so that in the description, you're just enhancing it, saying some keywords, SEO type stuff, so that when they're on Google or when they're searching it, you'll be popped up. But they're really not reading the description, they're looking at the pictures. So you want pictures that are great. Lots of angles, lots of close-ups, especially of any flaws. You can even have measurements in the photos by having your measuring tape in the photo. Everything where they don't have to ask any questions, anticipating what they want to see and having every potential question answered with amazing lighting will get your stuff seen and sold faster. So here's a tip before posting or before even taking the photos, depending on how much time you have. Whatever you're selling, go ahead and find it on Poshmark or eBay, Google it, see what comes up. What kind of pictures that they have. Are their pictures trash? Well, cool. You can take better pictures and then even share your listing to all the people that have liked it. Which, did anyone like it if the photos were trash? Probably not. But hey, you never know. What's selling, what keywords they're using, what the pricing is, all of that. And if there's any stock photos is amazing. Because if there are stock photos, you can use them. You can supplement your own photos with that. In my opinion, a great cover photo is a stock photo or a photo of you wearing the item. People want to see people modeling it. Either you're the model or the stock photo is the model. And if all else, just having a clear, bright background of the item will do. So go ahead and find yourself a white wall to hang the item on. If it's a garment, put it on a hanger. Or if you're laying it flat on a bright or light colored furry carpet, furry blanket, or even just the floor. Laying it flat, make sure that it's steamed, not wrinkled. And if you have a large window or a screen door, anything like that where the natural light can come in behind you as you're taking the picture of it, this is what you want. Otherwise, you want lights behind you, not overhead lights. I think the best time to take the pictures is during daylight hours, especially in the morning, or having lots of bright lights behind you. On your phone, and I think any phone can do this, when you go into the settings, you can pull up the grid lines, 9 squares, 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the bottom, 3 columns. This will help your framing so that all of your picture is within the frame. Poshmark will crop your photo. So instead of it being 3x4, it's going to be 1x1. When you go into your camera settings, you can choose the 1x1, and that way you don't have to deal with cropping it inside of the Poshmark app. So you're either going to stand far away or just click the 1-to-1 button. Make your life much easier. On Samsung, you can go into the Pro settings, which is recommended because you can use that for white balance. All you need is a white piece of paper to line up the white balance, and you can adjust the settings to make it brighter, but also you can see that it doesn't distort the color of the item. This is why manual settings are so much better than your camera auto settings. And in Samsung, it's much easier to do this because all you gotta do is press the Pro and that will take off all the auto settings. If you're in an iPhone, you'll use the auto settings, but you just need to use some filters or something to make sure that it's bright, but that the color of your item is not distorted. Poshmark allows video in their listings, which brings the item to life. And all iPhones and Androids do have a slow motion video filter now, which I would recommend because it gives it a cinematic, dramatic, fancy effect. If you're twirling around and you're spinning from left to right, getting all of the angles, you do want it to be 10 seconds or less. You do not have to be in the Poshmark app to upload video. I didn't know this for a while. When you go to post, there is the photo, which you could take the photo in or click on the gallery to find the photo. And when you swipe over to video, you do not have to press the button to film. You can still click that gallery button and find videos. A slow motion video, I think, is very eye-catching. And anytime you add video to your listings, it also goes into your story. Your story lasts for 48 hours, and it's just another way to get attention. The algorithm favors this. Every time you update a listing with video, it ranks higher, as well as discounting the item or anytime you have a brand new item. I recommend taking the time to photograph one item a day with high quality, nice framing, nicely lit, many angle photos with a slow motion video. Wearing the item if you can. And if you don't have something new to list that day, going back to some of your not so great photos and updating them, adding a video, see what that does as far as more likes, more comments, questions, offers. You'll be amazed. Sometimes you have a really great listing and it's just because people can't see it that they're not gonna buy it. Use a tripod if you have the capability, because that way it's not shaking and it's easier for the white balance to stay stabilized. A couple more tips for my Samsung users. If you're doing the front-facing camera and you are modeling the item, you can put up your hand and you'll get a yellow box around it and it will count down if you chose a countdown for the photo, so that you can get into the position that you want for modeling the items. Another thing I would suggest for you to do is to go into the settings button and to play around with all of the different features there are for voice commands and all of the auto commands, grid lines, everything there. And then also at the bottom where it says photo, video, portrait, you can go to the more button, play around with all the different camera lenses and functions. Take as many photos as you can of that one item, see what each little button does, so that you can get familiar on all of this great stuff that we barely use because we're usually just in auto mode. Now let's hear from Awana Nunu. Just call me Sweetie Pie. Why so formal, darling? Awana, how do you get such great pictures of your listings? Frankly, I just don't understand why they don't just use the professional photography from when they were wearing the outfit. But I just have my errand boy come to the guest house, and when I'm done with all my things, just, take a few snaps. It's not that difficult. But some of the pictures I've seen are just atrocious. Come to think of it, I don't really understand why they even had some of these things in the first place. So naturally, they never would have been photographed in it. Like, why would they wear those things? But what about just, the everyday person that doesn't have access to all that? Some of these listings I've seen look so god awful. I mean, if you're selling something for $6, $7, $8, I would say just pile them all together and burn them. But, the environment and the less fortunate, blah, 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 maybe some people want a deal or get some early Halloween costumes. Just pile all these things together in one bundle. Why nickel and dime and have so much work of all these tiny little listings? Just get rid of it all at once. That's a very interesting thought. We do care about the environment, but I do get your point. Why not put all of those things together and use some great photography for it? Well, what do you think about some of these different tips and tricks? Anything you didn't know before? I do see a difference with some of the photography. You can make something look really glamorous. I'm telling you, like Shirley, and obviously she's a wonderful, wonderful person, but some of these outfits, it's like, good God, were you in the dark picking this out? But in the best lighting and with some of these tips, I'm sure there's someone out there that would buy her things. To your point, great photos can make all the difference. Thanks, Alana. Oh, it is my pleasure. Thanks, Work From Home Bodies, for watching. If you got this far, make sure to like and share with a friend. If you're not subscribed, hit that bell for notifications. Watch this video next for some more great tips. And I'll see you next time. Bye. What kind of pictures that they have? Are their pictures trash?